Good morning. Good morning. Another day in the market. We got four up right now in the low floats. I see BIOR that we saw yesterday, BWEN, LiPo, and Lace up there. Let's see. Now I know some of them have like pharmaceutical news or something like that, so we'll kind of delve in there and see what's going on with them. All right. So we'll start with the low floats and then we'll move up here to the higher floats. But BIOR yesterday had a huge move up from the $2 range up to about the 540, and now is above the $6, 650, right? So that's quite a bit of a move from yesterday. Yesterday we had a lot of choppy stocks. I did take a loss yesterday on one of my, or I only took one trade, but I did take a loss on it. I traded pre, and I'll flip over here to, I was looking at it, I was like, man, pre's holding up levels. It's looking okay for the day. And I just did not manage the position well. And we can flip over here to pre here. I saw it coming down, looked beautiful coming down, but I tried to trade this thing like a low float, right? So I got in here, saw it come down into these levels, saw it start to hold the 225s. I was like, that's interesting. So I jumped in. I jumped in here on. I let this candle close. This first candle, I saw it kind of getting some pressure, a little bit of buying pressure right above the 225s. So I went ahead and jumped in on this next candle, 240 at 244 was my average price. And I was looking for it to retest at least the 46. I was up. I had got up like $100, but it was only a 5 cent move on the position that I had there. So I was like, okay, well, let's see this thing. I'm gonna give it some time to kind of work. It did have a little bit of catalyst yesterday, but just was not able to give me the move out of this big drop. I broke a couple of rules. First of all, the first one was I trade low flows, and this one was definitely a little bit higher flow for me. It did show me profits, but it was so brief and so quick how the profits went away. It was like, oh well. But I did have a hard stop in here at the breakdown of the 230s. That's what I did not want to see, the bottoms of this candle. And it just ended up diving. And I was like, okay, whatever. We'll be back. But yeah, that was a trade from yesterday. It was my first red trade of the year, and I was like, oh well, broke a little bit of rules, but I did manage the risk. I entered at the 44, and I risked down here at the 30. There was a little bit of slippage, but that's expected on something that's moving that quickly. That from the previous resistance. But anyway, today we're looking on TOS. We got a couple of, let me make sure my mic's on while I'm doing all this talking. Yeah. We got a couple of stocks here, low floats, BIOR. The news on this one, it says Byra Therapeutics shares extend gains pre-market Wednesday following update on drug filing. So let's read more into this drug filing we got here. So, rising more than 32%. On Tuesday, the company shares closed almost 156% higher after it unveiled feedback from the FDA on its clinical development plans for its PGN 600 program. Okay, what is this thing? The recent Type C response, FDA. Okay, this is just a lot of back and forth with the FDA, looks like. So that is not as interesting as some of the other things. Let's look at some other news here. All right, BWEN. We have Broadwind receives a $175 million of wind tower orders for Broadwind. So let's see. Broadwind 175 million orders from a global wind turbine manufacturer. Now that one is a little bit better news than the previous one with BWEN. We'll add both of these over here on Street Smart. So BWEN and BIOR. And then the next one is LiPo. LiPo Therapeutics announces a successful top-line results on phase 2A clinical trial of LP10. Okay, so they're not giving much information on what LP10 is. So let's see. Executive. Yeah, they're not going into much detail, are they? Phase 2 trial was a multi-center dose escalation. Severe refractory whoa. I got a no. Hemorrhagic. I don't know. Hemorrhagic. Cystitis. Cystitis. I don't know. Cystitis. So yeah, that's that word right there. Oh man, completely broke my tongue. What's up, Andre? Looking at the top, we're looking at these top 4 movers here: BIOR, BWEN, and LiPo, and the last one is Lace, but it's only up 17%. It may not be that great. But all of these have a little bit of catalyst, but none of them have like, oh my goodness, except for BWEN. They got $175 million wind tower orders. And so, I mean, I guess with all of this inflation and stuff, people are focusing on alternative sources of energy. So I guess that one could be the best looking one, maybe. Let's actually look back here on the daily chart for each of these. BIOR, of course, it had a nice run yesterday. BWEN, previous consolidation was up here at the around the $3, but it is now up here to the 350s during pre-market. Previous ranges down here at the 3. So we'll see how it holds up the 3 and the well, yeah, just the 3. That's the previous consolidation. Back here, let's see, had a little fall off. A lot of these consolidations are not real consolidations. It's kind of like just going down, and then the consolidation is just like some type of short entry. All right, LiPo does not look great on the daily chart at all. Did gap up from the 311s all the way up here to the 512s, somewhere up here above 5. Lace closed at 250, opened up at around 3 as well. So we'll have to see what wants to go on today. The top mover though is Bed Bath & Beyond, winning on the day right now, up 31%. We'll see if one of these little low floats can keep up with it. Bed Bath & Beyond it had been crashing down for quite a bit. Came down here and hit almost $1.25 and then bounced back up. So it had gaps down to $2.25 down here to the 190s, right under the $2, and then another gap down to the 150, and then a move down to the 125s, and now it's bouncing up a little bit. I don't know if Bed Bath Beyond can survive. I don't know. It looks like it's at the end of its ropes. I mean, at one point it was up there at $40. But the value of these companies is being challenged now that they have to actually continue to pay workers. And there's been so many layoffs across the country. I mean, you know, they just can't support everyone they brought on. And then also the value. Are people seeing it as value in these times when things are a little bit more expensive? Are those luxury items really at the top of people's priority list? Anyway, pretty much got our watch for the day, and I put up Bed Bath & Beyond the seat just to watch the volume on it to see when it falls off or if it's going to fall off. But right now it has 10 million shares in volume. But yeah, If y'all see anything else that I may be missing, this scanner here, I did adjust it to kind of just show me things that are getting at least above 1,000,000 shares traded. I don't really care about things that can't get to 1,000,000 shares traded, so I just kind of limited. If anything else pops here, it'll just pop. But yeah, this one, well, both of them are set like that. 1,000,000 shares is what I'm looking for in volume, at least for me to even read their news or look at them or anything like that. The SPY is at 390. 390 level. Boy, I got a lot of lines drawn in here. Been mapping. And we have identified some levels, but we don't know which levels will be strong levels or which levels will actually catch the upheaval that is required for the beginning of this year. But we have seen that it's holding in this level right above the 380s, has come down and tested 380 level multiple times now and continues to survive that bounce. You know, back here, I was thinking this was a head and shoulders pattern, but now I'm looking at it more. This may be a shoulder. This may be the head here. Where's my little box? This may be a new head. Oh, come on. Like a shoulder here and a head here, but we don't know yet. We'll just see what maps out on the SPY. If it can continue to hold this 360 level, between 360 and 380, it may be okay. But we'll see. Donnell says I'm watching LiPo had a 76-cent profit on its earlier pre-market move. Nice. So yeah, LiPo is definitely one that's up on our watch. We have about 15 minutes to the bell, and LiPo hit a high of 675-ish almost. 675. BWEN was the one with the 175 million orders on it. I think BWN is one that you gotta look into more, because I don't know if that's a great thing. I don't know what a great thing for them is. So let me go out here and look at BWEN. It has what seems like the strongest catalyst, but I don't know. BWEN has a float of 18.81 million. Summary. Whoa. Gains following. Okay. Company will produce ordered tower sections at both of its facilities. The 2-year order secures approximately 50% of optimal tower production across Broadwind's facilities. The order also qualifies for advanced manufacturing tax credit under the Inflation Reduction Act passed into law on 2022. Fulfillment of the new order will occur during the full year of 2023 and conclude by the end of 2024. Okay, so yeah, they got pretty good news, pretty good news. Let's go and look over here at BAM. No kind of shelf registrations. Short interest, okay. All right, so we'll just have to see what this thing wants to do. I mean, it is shortable and it is optionable, so both sides can play on this one. Insider owns 2.8%. Insider transactions. And when was the last time this thing updated? This thing, I think it updates. I think this is a little bit behind. But we will see about BWEN. It's got pretty strong catalysts. BIOR continuing to come on down as well. The news on BIOR was weaker. It's definitely weaker than Between. Let's jump over here to their news and pull that up. All right, so Biotherapeutic shares extend gains pre-market Wednesday following updates on drug filing. So it's basically they had some kind of filing with the FDA. The FDA is kind of going back and forth, and they've been getting feedback from the FDA on its clinical development plans for this program. So it's just got plans in motion, right? No kind of real no real results out of the plans or out of the pre-existing factors that they got going on with the FDA. It's just kind of like planning for some experimentation. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if that one is strong enough to go and continue to battle. And that's probably why we see this difference here in the percent change. This one's up 18%, but we see BWEN up 55, Lipo up 89%. So I think I will focus on these two today instead of this one, because this one's got some competition on the board. And unlike I did yesterday, let me go and actually pull up my questions or whatnot here that I usually ask myself. First thing, is this thing in the top 10 movers list? And all four of the ones that we have up there on the watch are on the top 10 volume movers list. Is it a low float? It is a low float, right? All four of those are low floats. And we got a new one popping in, which is INM as well. Does it have a catalyst? Now, that is variable if that matters or not. Sometimes the catalyst does matter. Sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on who's getting the most volume. Number 4, what is the competition on the day? Well, BIOR has competition from BWEN and Lipo, which are up almost double what BIOR's gap is. Number 5, what is the high of day and has it been retested? I really don't like if it's something that's been retested already during pre-market. I really don't like getting in those. I really try to stay away from those. If it's something that got hit once and then it's coming down and hasn't retested, I like those, you know. Let's see. What are the levels of support for this stock? We have not looked into that yet. Are the shorts strongly winning during intraday? We don't know because intraday hasn't opened. If a trader was to open up their scanners right now, would this ticker be something that sticks out? We will see upon open. Is the retracement worth the risk? And then number 10, are there any large areas of interest on the level 2 for support or resistance? Boundaries, hey, never trade a stock with a low relative volume that has big range. So it's got low volume, big range. I just stay out of those. If there's too much commotion in the market, I just hang back and kind of observe. If a stock is indecisive where it begins to fall but then snaps back, or begins to break out and snaps back into the range, just let it choose a direction. Indecisive stocks for me burn my patience, and I just don't have the patience to play with them. So I usually just leave those like they are. But yeah, those are the pre-trade questions. And of course, if I take a trade, then we get to the post-trade questions. All right. Flip this back up here. Anyway, BBO. I went over this earlier. This is the trade that I took yesterday. I was looking for a reversal on PRE. It had catalyst for yesterday on a cancer drug. I saw it coming down into a nice little consolidation down here. And so I was watching for this green candle to close. And it closed with a nice little close here at 238. And I was like, okay, well, if this thing can hold the 40s, I'm going to look for a break back over the 50s. So I got in here at 244 was my entry price. And I was looking for it to test the 250s. It just could not do it out of this little bounce. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I did end up breaking one of those rules here. What the second one, is this thing a low float? I gave it a chance. It showed me profit, but it snapped back so fast. It was like, whatever. Snapped back. I was up $100 and then instantly down. You know, I mean, it was like, wow. But I did have a hard stop there at the 230s from that 244. So it just inched down on me. And I was like, okay, whatever. But anyway, we do have our top volume mover, BBBY, Bed Bath & Beyond, got up there to the 280s, and we'll see if any of these low floats can catch up and overtake its volume, catch up and kind of get more interest than BBBY. All right, so yeah, we're here, we're watching. The SPY is still floating above the 390s. Good morning, GD. We've got about 6 minutes to the bell. And like I said, I think the focus is going to be on LiPo or BWEN today. I don't know if BIOR is going to be able to hold up with them. BIOR on the hour chart, we can see a clear level of resistance here at the 825s. I do not remember when I was saying, has it been retested? What's the high and has it been retested? Okay, so this is the high right here, 950, right? And it tried to get up here multiple times over the course of 3 hours, and 825 held every single time. So I'm like, this thing has been up here multiple times and got pushed back multiple times. Now, can it rip? Maybe. But with the competition, then you take the competition into consideration. Okay, BWEN, if we go over here, we can see it also got up here. So this is another one, got up there twice, but with the catalyst. We got to take the catalyst into consideration. You got $175 million order to be fulfilled this year. So, and then we go to LiPo. It's been up here once. It's up 80%. It's got a little bit of catalyst, but it's weak catalyst as well, just like BIOR. So which one of these three will be the one, right? And how will they compete with BBBY? Because one thing that I know I struggle with was visualizing the whole market. Like I get laser focused on one stock, and the whole market just is doing all this stuff, and I'm laser focused, and I don't take into consideration, and then bam, I'm in a position where I didn't plan to be, right? So I'm like, okay, let me consider things. But yeah, INM did end up going back down. It only popped up here very quickly, only up 11%, so I don't think it's going to be a huge contester there. But for the top volume, we see our top four right here: BBBY, BIOR, BWEN, and this will be probably the focus of everyone coming out of the open. Have about 4 minutes to the open as well. What's up, Diggs? We sitting here looking at the low floats, looking at the possible trash can trades. Let me actually go and check the float on LiPo. What is the float on LiPo? LiPo. Is it just up because it has a low float is my question. The float is 2.75 million on LiPo. Okay. And it's up 82%. BWEN. I think we already looked at this one. I think maybe. I don't know. This float is 18.81, and then BIOR is up. I mean, not up. Its float is 4.97 million. So very low float stocks. But BWEN, I want to really see how people react to that news. 175 million. Let me look at BWEN's operating cash flow, 12 million. Total debt, total cash, debt to equity. Held by insiders, only 10%. Held by insiders, held by institutions, 25%. Okay. We'll just have to see what kind of action comes from this one. Anyway, if you guys are swinging anything or looking at anything longer term than just a day, definitely drop that in the chats. I would love to look at your trade ideas and what you're thinking about. It is, what is today? Wednesday? It is Wednesday, January the 11th. A beautiful day to observe, especially with when you don't really know if a catalyst is good or not. Maybe it will be good. I don't know. We'll see what BWEN does. Maybe it'll open up and just rip. Got about 30 seconds to the bell here. Let's see what happens, man. BWEN, I really think I need to be watching this one first. I'm just going to watch this one first just because of the catalyst. It may explode. So watching BWEN first. $3.64s. Previous top up here of $4. BWEN is staying green for now. Getting up to that 375 level. BIOR already losing the volume battle a little bit to BWEN. We'll see what happens if BWEN can overcast it. It's the first couple minutes of the market, though. Got up to a high of right around that 375 and found a little bit of resistance. Let's actually check out the level 2s here. Not seeing any huge sizes sitting out here. I see something at $3, but that's quite a bit of a drop. Let's look on the ask. There's a level at 375 there. So let's see what comes down of this one. I really thought it would be the one. Well, getting a little bounce there. 350s may be trying to hold on this one. We'll see how it challenges the 350s. Right now, all of them are struggling red to green. Something's got to become the one. And like I said, this was one of the things that was on my questions. If there's a lot of commotion or if there's a lot of things that are indecisive, we really can't spot the one, it's best to just observe. You never know which one of these. Or you could just take trades in all three of them if you're just really about that life. But I wouldn't suggest it. I would definitely say find something that's showing you moves that you like to see first. And there's just not enough information here. BIOR jumping down here with a double bottom right above the $6. But again, it's probably going to end up losing out to BWEN here, holding green. 375 test on BWEN. Holding above the previous body of this previous indecisive candle. Getting a little action there. 375 breaking, tiptoeing. Yeah, kind of figured this would be the one. So it's the only one green right now. And it's looking like it's going to end up probably being the one on the day here. Going up towards $4, looking for the $4 break. We'll see what happens up here. Okay, continue to try to hold that 375 here. And remember the time frames that I'm using, I'm looking at the hour chart, the 30-minute and the 15-minute. So if my time frame doesn't look like yours, you may be on a lower time frame or some other time frame. But hey, you trade the time frames that work for you. There's a 395 tiptoeing up to the $4. Continue to play around that 4. Is there a level at 4? $4 has what, 10,000 shares sitting out there, and then has another 10,000 at the 407. That's a little bit close. I would like to see those levels kind of spaced out more to show a little bit of fear from the shorts. But 7 cents, I mean, that's okay. We'll see. This is only the first hour anyway. Lipo absolutely dove down, what, 12% now? And so at this point, we ask ourselves, okay, if someone was to open up their scanners right now, which one of these would they be looking at? Well, I think it will be BWEN, and it will probably not be BIOR, which is already down under 10%. No one's going to notice this with a 70% mover up here. So yeah, that's one of those things we have to take into consideration. Stunks and Chunks, what are the airlines doing with the shutdown? I do not know. I did not let's see. I didn't know. Okay, most airlines will be banked. No, that's old. News about airline shutdown. Whoa, what was it saying about the White House? White House, no evidence of cyber attack at this point in U.S. air travel shutdown. Oh, okay. Got you. Lifts ground stop. FAA orders pause to all domestic flights because of complete computer glitch. Was it a glitch though? Hundreds of flights grounded nationwide. Okay, I don't know. Let's go look at Delta Airlines. Let's go look at DAL or DAL. I know that's Delta Airlines. I don't know if it's something that would be. Well, I don't know. DAL, that one's going up. I don't know, but this is only the beginning of the morning. Let me go and see what other airlines. I think it's American Airlines, AAL. American Airlines. I mean, they don't look horrible. They had a little. This one, American Airlines had a little bit of a gap down. Let me see if DAL. Yeah, it had a little gap down as well. Doing a little gap fill there on DAL, but pushing up. I don't. Those are the two that I know right off the top of my head. Let me go airline. Let's see. Southwest Airlines Company, United Airlines. Let's go to LUV. Did they have a gap down as well? Yep, all of them had this little gap down doing a gap fill. United, Spirit Airlines, UAL, and Save. Yep, all of them getting a nice gap fill this morning. Nice call out. I wasn't even thinking about this. Let's see. Save. So we got a couple of airlines up here. Save. All of them had a gap down, but all of them are filling their gaps now. Interesting. Airline shutdown. Provides midterm. Okay, ground stop as U.S. flights lifted after system failure. Prompts FAA to order pause. Yeah, there's been a lot of problems with the airlines. I mean, not just these computer issues, but before that, when there were all the flights canceled during the storms and during all of that stuff. there were a lot of systems experiencing problems. I mean, since Thanksgiving, really, the day before Thanksgiving. So I don't know. Is it a glitch? Is it a hack? We shall find out. They'll research it and do all that stuff. BWEN still struggling on that 375-ish level. It was up 65%, but is losing the volume battle on the day. BBBY, Tesla are the top volume movers, and BWEN is the number 3. So it does have a little bit of competition in here on today. We'll see if the low flows continue to drop off the list or whatnot. But as for now, I'm like, I don't really see anything that's super like less gung ho get into this thing. But BWEN is coming on back down, facing a lot of resistance under this level. Thought it would do better on the news that it had, but this week has been something else. I believe that the Feds released some news this week as well. I believe. Let me see. Fed news. Watch the bond market. Let's see. Fed Bowman's. Powell says Fed might have to make unpopular decisions to stabilize prices. Okay. That was CNBC. Okay, Jerome Powell. In other remarks, the central bank leader said the Fed is not and will not be a climate policy maker. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell on the Tuesday emphasized the need for central bank to be free of political influence while it tackles persistently high inflation. In a speech delivered to Sweden's Riksbank, Powell noted that stabilizing prices requires making tough decisions that can be unpopular politically. Price stability is the bedrock of a healthy economy and provides the public with immeasurable benefits over time. But restoring price stability when inflation is high can require measures that are not popular in the short term. Okay. The absence of direct political control over our decisions allows us to make these necessary measures without, or to take these necessary measures without considering short-term political factors. All right. So yeah, definitely a lot going on. And this is what I'm saying. If there's a lot of commotion in the market, sometimes we don't get those favorable moves that we're looking for. If we look over here on TOS with BWEN, it looks like it's about to pull a green to red move. Getting down to the bottom of this daily candle, which is the 359, hard push off of the $4 here and really getting a nice little push here down right above the 350. Previous level where it gapped up from was the 229s, and if we zoom back here a little bit, we can see that it seems like there's always some kind of short pressure up here right under the $4. Don't know with the wind it is, or with the catalyst that it has, if it's going to shove back into this range below 350. It is getting some pops though. I'm seeing it pop, but I don't know. 350 looking real questionable up here, and definitely touched the high up here. Let me switch this. High up here was the 380, where it found a little bit of resistance, coming back and just testing above that level. Let's see. Reliable Rudy caught out BHG. And then Lori caught out AMC. Let's look at that. BHG and AMC. BHG, what is, I don't know if this one has any news on the day, but it might be a swing trade for Rudy. Rudy be out here swinging, boy. He be swinging from the branches. Let's see. So it had a previous, on the daily chart, had a previous gap down 7 to 5, come down into these lows of around 80 cents. What is this? Bright Health Group. The last news was yesterday, It saw the group increases enterprise revenues. Um, we'll see. We'll see. I'll definitely ask you about this one later and see how this one's doing. Let's see. What was the other one? AMC. AMC out here acting a fool. Look at it, going up, 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 up. Let's see if it had any kind of, maybe a new movie's coming out or something. Maybe they're making another sequel to The Walking Dead. Let's see. So on the daily chart, we can zoom out a little bit. Previous resistance or previous support that may become resistance is the $5 level. We can see it had a little bit of a gap down, but came back and almost filled that gap on the previous day, and then sunk down into this little consolidation area right at the $4 here, which is where it gapped up from, up 50% there. News on AMC is, let's see, just beginning from the beginning of the year. Let's see, social buzz lowers. Do they have any new content out? Let's see. AMC CEO tells investors, I ride with you. Okay. Disney expects Avatar 2 to pass Top Gun on Wednesday. Top Reddit, Fathom Events. I am AMC's largest retail shareholder, says CEO Adam Aaron. Okay. Fathom Events. Mega Millions. Okay. So I don't see any kind of new movie news. I don't know why this thing's up today. World Wrestling Entertainment, Bed Bath & Beyond, other big stocks moving higher. I don't know. This is one of those days that's kind of questionable. BWEN coming back up and testing the 375s once again. Have a previous level here. What, the $4? Just about for resistance. So yeah, the $4, and then right up here to the 425s is where it found their resistance. Continue to try to break up though. It's the only low flow that's really holding any real green here. Behind it though, I don't really see any other low flows that are competing. Lipo is the last one that's actually on the top 10. So I don't know. A lot of I don't know. So with all this I don't know, I'm just like, I'm okay. I'll just sit back. Let's see. Reliable says I don't have a position in BHG. Yeah. So you just called it out, and then you said NIO as well. Yeah, it's coming up the top 10 movers here as well. I see NIO, 6 million shares traded there. Looks like a 10 cent back autonomous vehicle software maker raises $140 million for global expansion. Oh, well, they put out a major GoFundMe, didn't they? Let's go and look a little bit further into that news. BWEN is also pumping up, still under the 4 though. Where's my news? Okay, so NIO, 10 cent backed autonomous vehicle. Where are we, NIO? Where are we? Okay, UK based developer, 140 million. Wait, whoa. They've raised 225 million to date. Funding will drive the geographical expansion in North America, EMEA, and APAC, and accelerate deployment of the autonomous vehicles operating system in domains where it's both urgent and it's needed or whatnot. Okay, so that's some pretty good news for NIO. I think we need to add Tesla up here because Tesla is actually beating out. BWEN. BWEN with a little poke out there. Okay. So BWEN with the break of 4 and getting a little rampant here into halts. Let's see if it's a false halt. 20 million shares traded. The only competition for BWEN that I see is BBBY and Tesla. So if you're a breakout trader, prepare your guns. This is the one that I was talking about before it opened. I was like, I think this is going to be the low float to watch because it's got the strongest catalyst. So we will see what kind of action comes out. We will see what time it's going to actually open up out of this halt. And like I said, at first you just didn't know. Something needs to make a decision on what movements that it wants to do, right? We just didn't know. Everything was kind of doing the same thing. So this one halted at 9:48:53. So it'll be a five. If it's a 5 minute halt, it'll be 9:53:53. So we'll definitely give that some time. Now up 27% with 20 million shares traded. Previous level that it just broke was the 425s, breaking all the way up there to the 450s. So a lot of questions being answered here about who's going to be the strong stock. And if someone was to open up their scanner right now, what would be the stock on the day that they would see? Well, it'll be BWEN, right? So I'm thinking that one could get some more follow through. But yeah, definitely good trade, Donnell. Good trade. I'm telling you, I was like, man, that catalyst is something serious. 175 million and no one's gonna get active, and it's just kind of waiting around, just like everything else. Once it makes a decision, bam, you're sitting in the green. But yeah, definitely. Now me, I am a dip trader. So if you are a breakout trader, you have a different strategy than me. I buy the lows, but hey, some people excel at buying those breakouts. They excel, and Donnell is one of them. He does his thing on these things, you know. And I've noticed on most days that breakout traders do great. Sometimes I don't see my setup because things are just ripping. And then sometimes when I'm doing good, breakout traders are like, you know, because it's low and I'm buying below VWAP. So they're like, nah, I ain't touching that. But I will, you know. So it's just a different strategies, but still working in the market, right? We got about 2 minutes until this thing pops open on BWEN. Right. So we should be coming into, we got about a minute left now. Nice, Andre. Nice trade. That's what we want to do. We want to spot those things that before they move, just be looking. Because think about it. Somebody, it just hit their scanner and they're still looking at the news right now. They don't know what the news is. They're going and trying to research, blah, blah, blah. And it may be, you know, it's one of those things that they just missed. You never know where this thing's going to go. All right. We are coming up to the open, 20 seconds. Let's see what it wants to do here. There's the open there. Very strong stock. Getting back through those 60s up to the 70s. Wow. Very, very strong stock here. Okay. Let me look on the ask and see if I can identify any levels above that they're interested in. No big orders there on the ask yet. Not seeing those 10,000, 20,000 share orders. I don't think any shorts want to get in the way of this one. 460s, just hanging around that 460 where it ended up halting. Testing the 450s now. Forget my silence. What's up, man? We're just watching this BWEN explode to 100%, opening up those big ranges. I do have a meeting in about 5 minutes. I might just let this roll and just do my meeting on another computer, but it just depends if I have to open up anything on this computer. Because I wanna continue watching BWEN, but I don't want to I want to go off stream just yet. I want to see where it's gonna go. So let me get this all set up. Cause I can do both, right? I just go on mute for right now. But if I need to pull anything up, I'm probably just gonna go off stream. I'll let y'all know because this is my main computer that I'm actually streaming on. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue watching. I may have to go on mute here in about 4 minutes. Got a 9 o'clock meeting. Anyway, that is a very powerful move. 460s, it would be the one, man. It would be. I just got a. Who is this? Okay. Okay. Maybe this one will be quick, maybe. All right, I'm about to go on mute real quick. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna let the scans roll and everything. Give me 1 sec. All right. Just got out of the meeting. Woo, that was a long one. But we covered a lot, so it's all good. I will have to be what is it, 9:55. I'll be looking to get out of here in a little bit, but we'll see. I'm gonna look over the market real quick. Sorry, yeah, that was a meeting that I needed to be in. I miss a lot of meetings. But anyway, um, let's see what's still on the scans. I see that BWEN had a little bit of struggle. I was looking at some of you guys' comments while I was kind of in the meeting, kind of trying to keep up. Testing. Okay. Let's see. G-Sun. What we got? Lace was one that I added up there. Lipo is big red on the day. BIOR still in the struggle bus. We can also see Mara, Apple, NIO, AMC working their way up as top movers. We'll see if BWEN starts to fall off of this top movers list. I don't know. But if you guys took any trades today, I am so glad you got to take trades. You know, hopefully you capitalize. Wow, what's going on with the SPY? SPY got up here and double top at the 393s and working its way down now. So, wow, it's a nice little move. $2 drop there on the SPY. Bed Bath & Beyond did get up there to the 347s. Still 100 million shares traded on it. A lot of attention. And the only thing secondary to it is Tesla. And look at how far BWEN is behind these top movers. It's at 30. It haven't even crossed 50 million. That's crazy. So BWEN may become a trap. I don't know, based on the competition today. BIOR continuing to scale down from this top of the $8. I'm going to take that one off. If someone was to open up their scanner right now, this would not be something interesting to them. Only up 7% when we got 60% movers out here. Yeah. Everything looking okay. Anyway, it's almost 10 o'clock. Hopefully you guys, I will be back streaming Friday. Probably be a little bit better day for me as well, be less busy. But I definitely need to be working my way out of here so I can go and make some green. You guys, appreciate you guys for tuning in. I know most of it was me in a meeting. But yeah, I just wanted to continue to watch BWEN to see what it was going to do. And also we saw the new ripper out there, LASE, which we have seen previously rip before. But, you know, I don't know what the catalyst was behind Lace. Laser Phonics, they have a buyback program. So the company is trying to buy their shares back from investors. So that's cool. Don't know if that's going to hold up. Let's see what price they have here on Lace for all of this. Okay, so they have a 2 million share stock repurchase program. Okay, with approximately $150 per share in cash. What? Why are they buying it? Wait. This thing is up to $350. Systems, laser cleaning, other materials, applications, announcements or announced that its board of directors authorized share repurchase. Since raising $12 million in net proceeds from our IPO last October, our financial performance and fundamentals have steadily improved, while our stock price has not reflected this performance. With approximately $150 per share in cash, no debt, and profits, we believe the stock is significantly undervalued. Purchases made under the program will be made from time to time. Okay, so this is going to be over the course of the next couple of months, probably continually buying back their shares from investors. Okay, well, that's okay news. Not killer news by any standards, but that's okay. I'm about to go ahead and shut it down and get ready to get out of here. Again, appreciate you guys for stopping through. Appreciate the call outs, the chats, and all of that. I'll be back on Friday. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Stay green. Keep your head on a swivel. Peace. Oh, snap. I don't.